everyone, my name is Dylan. I'm here with the one and only V TORRES, and we just came off shooting her latest music video for the single Woman, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. What led you to the decision that you wanted to make a music video and release this song Woman as a single?
Good question. So this song Woman actually became the title track to the record, and I did not know that right away, but over time I realized that this song was super special, and sonically it has a very cinematic quality to it.
Oh yeah, I heard that right away.
Yeah, Kira, who plays lead guitar on it, wrote a really amazing intro lick that just feels expansive when you hear it. So I knew that visuals needed to go with this song, and when you came up to me and said, I have an idea for a music video in the desert and I think your music might be good for it, it immediately sparked my interest. It almost felt like an old Western when I heard the intro of the song. So when you had brought that up, I was like, that is exactly what I had in mind. And I knew that the song was soon going to become the title track to the record. So I felt like it needed a video 100%. What was it about the desert that made you want to shoot there?
I think that there's just something so classically Hollywood about the desert, like going as far back as like old Western movies, spaghetti Westerns. There's something timeless, I think, about, and so yeah, there's also a level of magic I think that exists out in the desert. Something that's so like liberating and like, you know, evoking ideas of the frontier and like the wild, wild west, where there was just like no rules. And honestly, when I heard that main melody riff to Woman, it was just like explosion in my head. We got to do a dope Western. And there's something about like Route 66 and just something that's so American, specifically about being a traveling musician. And so I just had this nugget of an idea to just really explore that. And hence, you know, we filmed at you know, like a motel that you would find on Route 66 and out in the desert and at an old saloon. And so it was just all these things that kind of were relating to each other. I just wanted to mesh them and make something cohesive out of it.
That's really cool. For you as a filmmaker, as a cinematographer, how important is it for you to shoot on location rather than on a set? And does that bring a certain kind of magic to what you're trying to do and what you're trying to portray, and also what you're bringing out of the people that are in the video?
I always want to shoot in the most realistic locations because, one, you're immersing yourself in the environment. You're going to have a more authentic performance because you're actually living it. And so you just turn the camera on and capture it, and that's real life, and that's the best acting that you can get.
One thing I wanted to ask you about, you know, I think you really know how to pick them, because we shot at a motel in one of the most scariest places I have ever been.
That's what you mean. Okay.
But that's what I mean. But that brings me to location. So like,
yes, I found probably the nastiest motel that you could possibly stay at, and let me tell you, what $60 gets you for one night at a motel, it was exactly what you're expecting. There were, I'll say, interesting people around. Safety felt very low.
Yeah.
Stains on the walls.
Questionable stains. Yeah.
A couple cockroaches.
That you just told me about today. We have a music venue locally that ended up changing hands and changing ownership, and so it's currently like out of business. It's not run, and this was right around Christmas time. I had, you know, friends, you know who you are, and thank you, who had access to the location, and it was literally right before Christmas, and I thought to myself, look, I'm just going to start poking and prodding. I'm going to ask. What people can say no, and that's totally fine. If it's meant to be, it'll work out. If Dylan was available and his crew,
so many people showed up. That was awesome.
Everyone said yes. So yeah, we were able to get to this music venue, and we were able to shoot like some pretty incredible footage inside of that space. And I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about this going in? And were you optimistic? Were you scared? Were you excited? All the above? Or how were you feeling?
So prior to me knowing that we landed this location, I'm an optimistic person, but in the back of my head, there's always like, how are we going to do this? But there has to be a way. Like, where there's a will, there is a way. Everybody was down to help. And I think that just everything just aligned and just made it so easy to get what you'd probably have to pay a lot of money in terms of permits to get a real location like this. But we got it as a favor. All of the fixings of what a bar has were still there, like old bottles of alcohol, stools, like everything was still there. And we had literally everybody pulling stops for it. And I think it was right then and there for me that everything clicked, and I realized I think this is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was really cool to be able to do. And thank you to all of the people involved. There's a long list. And I think after that happened and you edited pretty quickly something that was almost a full video, it felt like, okay, no matter what we do after this, we have something really great right now that's brewing.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
I think that just is the theme of this whole experience, was just everything clicked, and it just became very easy to see what this video was going to be. So I have a question for you. When in the production of this video did you realize that we were actually capturing the essence of the song? Because I know that at a certain point our minds had clicked, and I just want to see like where, like, was there an aha moment for you? Tell me about that.
Yeah. The storyline of the song came together when we did go to Joshua Tree, because first of all, I felt the magic of being there. And there is a thematic element to this video of fire. And there was like a really emotional thing that I felt happened during that shooting for me, where it brought out actual emotions of like thinking of things that I have grieved and thinking of the journey of this entire song and record. And I felt like those real imprints were kind of connecting a line to the actual song. So I saw like the line through in Joshua Tree with those like desert shots, especially the fire shot.
Nice.
Cool. What about you?
It was really one of the first shots we got at the saloon. The opening shot of you sitting all by yourself in the dark, spotlight, foggy background, and you're strumming the guitar with a dolly push in.
That was really great.
I mean, right when we cut, I had to go back and look in the camera to make sure that it was real. Like what I got was real, because the lighting was perfect, the environment was perfect, the performance was perfect. Right there, I was like, I probably don't need to worry so much anymore. So that was when it clicked. One is, did you have any favorite moments? If you can identify any moments that just stand out to you in terms of the experience of this. And then on the other side of that, are there any particular shots or sequences that are just like your absolute favorite and you want to share?
Oh man, there were so many fun moments because we had such a great crew helping us throughout this process. And I remember getting to Joshua Tree and we were shooting at my friend's house. Shout out to Kelsey. Kelsey had not been there in several months, so the state and quality of her yard was unknown. And when we got there, you know, she's like, guys, if we're going to be doing this, we need to really clear the area and make it safe for starting a fire. And like, without question, every single person that was there grabbed a shovel or a hoe or whatever kind of tool you use to clear out brush and just like did it. And it was just like this amazing moment of like gratefulness and like also some hilarity too, that, okay, yeah, we're going to spend a couple hours doing this and in the heat. And it just felt really cool to see us all working together to like make that happen. And there's a shot where we had rented this truck from a local, John, shout out to you, who lives in Joshua Tree as of 25 years. And we borrowed a very lived in F-250. And right when the video comes in, there's just this zoom in shot of the truck like driving down the desert. And it's such a cool moment to like see that. And there's another part of the truck scene where you're looking on the dashboard and there's 2 cassettes on the dashboard and you see the open road. And I just think it gives me chills every time I see that part. I love
Shout
it.
out to Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yes. And Jenny Lewis. The 2 cassettes I have handy.
Nice. I actually didn't know that. That's awesome that those are your favorite shots.
Yeah, those are some of them, but like those ones stand out to me every time I see them. And then I also really love, there's a sequence that comes into the video a few times where I'm sitting in the desert landscape, very still, just singing the song, and you have like a slow pan away and you kind of come back to it in a way where like I want to see that more, but like it's perfectly, given to you. And I think that is like a super cool part of the video.
Oh, honestly, yeah, the very end of you walking off into the sunset, just you completely blacked out silhouette walking into the sun, our Raiders of the Lost Ark shot, as I call it, to those that would know. That was probably my favorite shot.
That was super cool because you hit me up and you're like, hey, there's one more shot we have to do. And I was like, where did this come from? Like, I thought we were, we got everything. What else could we need? And then we did it. And I was like, oh my God, that's insane. That's so cool. It's pretty iconic. And it does feel like there's this ending to the story.
Yeah.
And you're going to that place that you were trying to get to. So yeah, make sure to check out our video for Woman. It's out on all streaming platforms right now. The song is out and the music video is on my YouTube page at V TORRES Music. We hope you like it and leave us a comment and let us know what you think.